Good evening, and thank you so much for joining us. This is our Western edition. We have new details tonight about the final moments before a vintage World War II bomber crashed in Connecticut shortly after takeoff. We're learning tonight 7 people were killed in the fiery accident. The plane was operated by an education group that takes history buffs and aircraft enthusiasts on short trips. Chris Van Cleve is at Bradley International Airport near Hartford. And Chris, what are you learning about the crash?
Nora, the plane took off from the runway right behind us here around 9:45 this morning. It was just minutes away from disaster. I'm going to step out of the way and you can see there are still a number of emergency vehicles and investigators at the crash site. The question now is what went so wrong?
Boeing 93012, we'd like to return to the field.
The World War II era B-17 burst into flames after crash landing at Hartford's Bradley Airport. From the air, you can see the plane's burned wreckage. Angela Fletcher saw the plane moments before the crash.
I heard what sounded like a freight train coming down the street. So I looked out the window and kind of waited for it. And all of a sudden I saw this plane go over the house real low. I heard the engine go pop, pop. Like you could tell there was engine failure.
The trouble started about 5 minutes into the flight. Among the 13 on board were 2 pilots. They radioed the tower about a problem.
What's the reason for coming back? Number 4 engine, we'd like to return.
While trying to make an emergency landing, the plane hit the airport's de-icing building and a maintenance facility. One person was inside.
We have a crash, we have a burn. Victims are very difficult to identify.
At least 7 survivors were taken to hospitals, 3 in critical condition. The 75-year-old restored bomber was one of just 18 B-17s left in the U.S. It was on a nationwide tour. The 10 passengers today paid up to $450 for a 30-minute thrill ride. That ended in tragedy.
These are husbands and wives and brothers and sisters and children, all members of our Connecticut family. And we feel our hearts are broken for you right now.
The National Transportation Safety Board's GO team has been to the crash site. We've also heard from families who are still waiting for word about their loved ones who are on that plane, describing it as an agonizing wait. Nora, we know 3 of the injured have been transferred to a burn unit with non-life-threatening injuries. Nora?
So heartbreaking, Chris. Thank you.